Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bovee, I'm looking at your resume. It's Bovee, right?
Bovee, Senator, like with a
Bovee,
long
I
E.
apologize, sir.
No worries, thank you.
Mr. Bovee, you spent a lot of time at the Justice Department. I look here. You were a paralegal there for 2 years in the early 2000s. You served from 2012 to 2021. How many times have you seen a Justice Department employee act on the basis of his or her, act predominantly on the basis of his or her political beliefs as opposed to the law?
Senator, I would say that as a prosecutor in my time at SDNY, I'm not sure that I did see that. It should be and it must be.
Have you seen it other than as a prosecutor?
I believe that I have.
What's up, America Patriots? Welcome back to the channel. The place where common sense still has a home. The Constitution is hanging on the wall like family photos. And a coffee is always strong enough to wake up Congress. Before we dive into today's wild Senate hearing moment, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button like you're knocking on your neighbor's door to remind them election day is coming. And drop a comment because YouTube's algorithm works harder than Congress most days. So help us out. All right, folks, let's talk about what we just watched. Because let me tell you, the Senate exchange had more plot twists than a daytime soap opera and more awkward moments than a middle school dance.
When?
During my representation of President Trump.
What'd you see?
I witnessed members of the special counsel's office taking positions about the need to go to trial quickly before the election, the amount of time that President Trump would be allotted to review discovery and prepare motions, that I've found in my experience to be completely inconsistent with normal practice, which led me to draw inferences of the nature that you're suggesting, Senator.
Counselor, you sent a memo directing one of your underlings, I don't mean that in a pejorative sense, but somebody under you in the hierarchy, directing that the prosecution against Mayor Adams be dismissed. Is that right?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. Who made that decision to dismiss the charges?
I think that's set forth in the memo that I participated in the decision with the authorization of the Attorney General of the United States.
Okay, so the Attorney General of the United States made the call.
She was a part of the decision, yes, Senator.
Who else was involved?
Beyond what's in the public record on that matter, I'm not able to get into the internal deliberations on that, Senator.
Okay, but there were others involved
Yes.
at the department?
Yes.
Anywhere else?
No.
Okay. You're under oath. Why did you folks dismiss the charges against Mayor Adams?
For the reasons set forth in the motion that you're referencing, there were two concerns, Senator. One was based on the weaponization of the criminal justice system, and that concern was substantiated.
What do you mean weaponization of the political justice system?
Abuse.
I know that, but I mean, can you be more specific?
In this particular case,
Do you think the charges were brought against Mayor Adams for political reasons?
again, I'm just right now drawing on what we said publicly in the briefs, and I signed those briefs because I believe in the arguments that were made. I believe that irrespective of what happened at the outset of that case, what the former U.S. attorney did to promote the ongoing prosecution at a time when there was at least an appearance that he had his own personal political objectives resulted in the weaponization of that particular criminal justice process.
So you dismissed it because of the weaponization. Any other reason?
Yes, there was a second independent basis set forth in the motion, and that was concerns about the effect of the ongoing prosecution on Mayor Adams' ability to govern and protect the public in New York City, and also to campaign in the ongoing mayoral election.
Okay. Do you believe in a higher being?
It's a very personal question, Senator, but I do.
I want you to look me in the eye and swear to your higher being when you answer this question. Did you make a political deal to dismiss the charges against Mayor Adams?
Absolutely not.
Did anybody else that you witnessed make a political deal to dismiss the charges?
Absolutely not.
You swear to your higher being?
I swear to my higher being and on every bone in my body.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bovee, I was just listening to.
So we got Senator grilling Mr. Bo, or Bo, Senator like Bo, which honestly might be the funniest correction I've heard in hearing. I mean, you could practically hear the man thinking, I went to law school for this? But anyway, Bo handled it like a champ, calm, steady, the kind of guy who'd help you move a couch and fill out your tax forms. Senator starts going through his resume like he's interviewing him for a part-time job at Office Depot. So you were a paralegal, you served here, you saw political bias. Did you see anything spooky? And Bo, cool as ever, says that as a prosecutor at SDNY, he didn't see political bias. Which, surprise, the senator didn't want to hear that. But then Bo drops the line that made me sit up in my patriotic recliner. He did see political nonsense when he represented President Trump. And honestly, can anyone who's been awake since 2016 really be shocked? He calls out the special counsel's office pushing trial dates like it's Black Friday and limiting discovery time, like they were afraid Trump might actually have a fair shot. Bo straight up said it didn't match normal practice, which is lawyer language for something smells funky. And then we hit the Mayor Adams part of the hearing. Oh boy. Senator asks Bo if he sent a memo telling one of his underlings, love that word choice, to dismiss the prosecution. Bo says yes. Senator basically asks, who told you to? And Bo says the Attorney General was part of the decision. And you can practically see the senator thinking, gotcha. But Bo's like, nope. Nice try. Then we get to the big fireworks moment. Senator wants to know why the charges were dismissed. And Bo gives two reasons. First, weaponization of the criminal justice system. Yep, he actually said it on the record, under oath, no hesitation. And honestly, that deserves a moment of patriotic applause. Because most folks in government won't admit the system gets abused even when the proof is tap dancing in front of them. Then the second reason, keeping New York running and letting the mayor campaign without a giant federal elephant sitting on his back. I mean, fair point. Hard to run America's biggest city, while also fighting a legal battle that looks like it was organized by a bored political operative with a grudge. Now, the senator, clearly wanting a dramatic moment for cable news, starts asking Bo if he believes in a higher being. And you can actually see Bo thinking, sir, this is a Senate hearing, not Sunday school. But he answers politely. Then the senator demands he swear to his higher being that he didn't make a political deal to dismiss the charges. And Bo says absolutely not. Swears on his higher being. Swears on every bone in his body. Which, honestly, might be the most hardcore oath I've ever heard. Like, sir, are you a prosecutor or an action movie hero? And you know what? I believe him. 100%. He looked the senator dead in the eye with more conviction than half of Washington combined. Look, as a right-wing patriot who wants the rule of law treated like the rule of law, not the rule of whoever's in charge this week, I respect the guy. He's steady. He's honest. He's not out there pointing fingers at everyone who sneezes wrong. And the man clearly came prepared. You gotta support people who can stay calm under pressure like that. If it were me, I'd be sweating harder than a politician asked to release their tax returns. So if you like this breakdown, make sure you subscribe to America Patriots, where we break down the truth with a little humor, a little common sense, and absolutely no apologies. Hit that like button so hard it files a noise complaint. Drop a comment telling me what you think of this hearing. Was Bo right? Was the senator fishing? Let me know, because I actually read your comments, unlike Congress reading a bill. All right, Patriots, stay loud, stay proud, stay American. See you in the next one. United States.